Police in both Minneapolis and St. Paul are investigating several shootings from this week. St. Paul police were forced to temporarily shut down the Earl Street Bridge just north of Ross Avenue last night. The move came after a man was found shot to death there. No one's been arrested. That's a case comes less than 24 hours after another deadly shooting on the east side of the city. Police have identified the victim of Wednesday night's homicide as 37-year-old Seneca George James. He was killed during a vigil at the intersection of Cypress and Rainey Avenue late Wednesday. The shooting is believed to be gang-related.
More of the same in Minneapolis. Police say a man was found shot inside a vehicle at 27th and Lyndale Avenue North after 1:30 yesterday afternoon. 3 other people were in the vehicle, including a baby, but were not hurt. This also comes just one day after another deadly shooting at 30th Avenue North and Emerson Avenue. Minneapolis Police Chief Janae Harteau issued a statement last night. It read, "I continue to be concerned about the recent violence we have seen in our city. We have witnessed too many senseless and tragic deaths. The common denominator of many of these homicides this year is that people are using guns in the heat of the moment to settle their personal disputes, making it virtually impossible for police to predict or prevent these acts." Reg, you've done extensive crime reporting around the city. When Chief Harteau talks about the prevalence of guns, that seems to be the big thing here, the availability of guns and the fact that people are going to that more quickly to settle their arguments.
That's exactly what's happening. It seems like these young people are getting guns somehow and are using the guns to settle their conflicts. The chief and the Minneapolis Police Department done everything they can possible. She's even started a new gang unit trying to address some of the issues that these young people are having.
Yeah.
But she cannot be there on every street corner when 2 people are having an argument and they settle it with guns.
Well, that's her statement. I mean, it sounds like a plea of desperation when she says it's virtually impossible to prevent these acts from happening. So, Kate, where does the solution, where does the answer lie in all of this?
Well, I think it's the same question that we've been asking now for over a year. I remember last summer we had several homicides as well in Minneapolis, and Janae Harteau, she was out there, on patrol with them, and she talked about how they had increased presence. And I think they're just kind of at a loss as what more can they do at this point. And you can tell in her statement, it has to be beyond frustrating, obviously wanting to keep people safe, and I'm sure people are scared knowing what more can they do.
We want to put this into perspective, right? Because this is not the Murder-Apolis of 1995.
No.
And it's not nearly what other cities are seeing.
No, even throughout the Midwest, obviously Chicago is a bigger city than us, but their murder total so far this year is 387. Milwaukee is a smaller city than us. They're over 100. Dayton, Ohio, a higher murder rate there.
And right now we're at 37.
37.
So that puts it in
and I think what's important, these aren't random shootings.
No.
I mean, these are people that are settling their disputes with guns. I don't feel any less safe in Minneapolis, especially knowing that these things aren't random, but it is a big problem, and you have to wonder what you do. If policing isn't the way to solve this, what can you do?
Well, Chief Harteau's always said you can't police yourself out of this situation. It's going to take partnering with people in the community and different organizations, with the faith community. Churches need to get involved with these young people and try to intervene before we get to the point where they're using guns to solve their disputes.
These neighborhood associations, they've talked about the police will come and meet with them. They will go door to door talking to people in the community saying, what can we do? They need the people that live here in Minneapolis to be the eyes and ears to keep an eye out for these sorts of things, because it really is almost beyond something that the police can do anything about.
It is interesting just looking at the crime statistics in Minneapolis through the end of September. You see about a 25% uptick in homicide, but then you look at weapons charges and they have doubled since last.
They have a lot of officers on the street really attacking this gun issue. They're making busts, they're making arrests, they're finding out where the guns are coming in, and they're getting them before they get in the hands of our young people.
Well, and that's great, but another interesting statistic, though, is that the aggravated assault statistic is on the rise this year, and that is an indication that police use of how safe a city is. So this is a real issue that does impact all of us.
All right, well, Target is